Hi, we're the Mouse Couple, and today we're going to talk about our strangest dining experience ever on Disney property.
So let's get started.
After hearing some good reviews, we decided to check out Sebastian's Bistro over at Caribbean Beach Resort. And it was just kind of given this reputation based on it's an all-you-can-eat family-style meal. For Disney, it's $29.99 for adults for dinner, so as far as Disney goes, that's a pretty good price point. And we were staying at Pop Century, so Caribbean Beach was only a Skyliner ride away. So we thought this is the perfect opportunity for us to try out Sebastian's Bistro, and oh boy, it was an experience.
Yes, it was. So Sebastian's is kind of hooked up next to Banana Cabana, the pool bar there. So it's in the pool area, not really a part of the main check-in building. And first things first, the restaurant is tiny.
Maybe 30 tables?
Maybe, if that. It was a lot smaller inside than I would have anticipated it being, based on the rep that we've heard.
The restaurant itself was pretty. There were nice chandeliers.
Yeah.
There was some artwork that was nice. It was just startlingly small. And the number of tables also might be decreased due to COVID, because we know Disney did kind of scale things back to comply with COVID regulations.
True.
But it felt like there were not many tables in a space that was not very big but could have held more tables, I guess is the best way to describe it. And it just kind of had a coastal vibe, and we were excited. Yeah. And the everything started fine. We started the party just fine. We ordered drinks, and what did you get?
We kind of shared. One was called the Goombay Smash.
Yes. So
the Goombay Smash is Appleton Estate Reserve Blend Rum, Parrot Bay Coconut Rum, Plantation Original Dark Rum, Sweet and Sour, and Pineapple Juice. And this one, between the two, was very strong. It helped when I mixed it up. I feel like one of those rums was a floater with it, but it was good. Just pretty strong.
Right.
And then the other one we got was the Caribbean Smuggler.
And that was more of a just tropical fruity drink. The rum was there, but it wasn't smack you upside the head rum. Because the first drink just, all you tasted was rum. It was when you take a sip and you go, ah, because it burns. But, and we were like, okay, cool, fine. Like fruity drinks, cool. And then you start with rolls and a salad.
Yes, they're famous pull-apart rolls that I've heard about in a few other reviews, which were good, kind of strange. Just how they were, pull-apart aspects was a bit strange. But these were served with a guava butter and a caramelized onion, jam, which is a kind of a weird mixture of flavors to have as the options. But I thought the onion jam was pretty good.
That was interesting. The guava butter was pretty bland.
Yeah.
I expected it to be more flavorful. But okay, we're still starting the meal. Everything's still fine. We're like, okay, well, we don't want to fill up on bread. There's salad. We'll eat some salad. The salad was called
the Spice Necklace Salad, which was mixed greens and kale with toasted pumpkin seeds, grilled pineapple, orange, spiced candied walnuts, and radish with key lime dressing.
There was a lot going on with the salad.
A lot of flavors.
But it definitely wasn't bad.
No.
It was just a little odd, but you're at Disney. They give you the bread, they give you the salad, they want you to fill up before you get to the main course. And we knew that. So we were like, okay, well, we're not going to fill up on this stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's a little weird or the guava butter's a little bland, because we're here for the main course. So then they bring that out.
Yes.
And
let's start with the sides.
Yeah.
So the sides that we got were a cilantro beans and rice, vegetable curry, and grilled broccolini.
The grilled broccolini was fabulous.
Yes.
I hogged most of that. It was very good.
Had a smoky flavor and everything too. But yeah, very good.
The beans and rice was incredibly bland.
Yeah.
Just incredibly bland. It was basically, it tasted like white rice that was, somebody just put a few drops of food coloring in there with some black beans mixed in.
Yeah.
Just really nothing to write home about. But you're like, it's a side, it's fine. And then the vegetable curry was interesting. It was good, it was a little spicy.
Yeah.
But basically, the broccolini and the vegetable curry were solid.
Right.
They were solid. And then we switched over to the meats, our protein.
Which is when things started going weird.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start with the steak.
I didn't eat any of the steak.
Yeah. So it was just grilled flank steak, which was fine. It was not the best cut of meat. It was not cooked the way I like it, but it's steak, so I mean they have to cook it kind of. It was more like medium rare, and it was not great. It was kind of chewy, just not a great cut of meat. Flavor-wise, wasn't bad, but not too great. Moving over to what was next to it was the slow-cooked mojo pork with a mango sambal. The mango sambal was quite fantastic. Like a mango salsa with some extra like curry spices and everything. The pork was fine. Nothing too special about it. Wasn't too dry. Flavor-wise was fine. The mango sambal helped with that a lot. But I kind of mixed mine together. Overall, pork was fine. Then we have the chicken.
The first piece of chicken I had was fine. It was just, it's listed as oven roasted chicken, which is the point to stick that in your brain.
Yep.
And it was fine. You had a piece of chicken that you said was dry and not good.
But mine was white meat, yours was dark meat.
Yes.
That we tried. And another note is everything on the meat plate was cold.
And the sides. Nothing was hot. The consistent thing for this restaurant across the board is that none of the food came out hot. Everything was just a little more than warm. So you start eating, and by the time you eat a little bit, you think, oh, well, I'll have a little more of this, that, or the other, and then what's left on the plate is cold.
Yeah.
Just straight up cold. So we worked through our first plate and just kind of were sitting there because everything we had left was cold food. And so we sat for at least 10 minutes or so before our server came back. And then our server said, "Are you ready for dessert?" And well, we'd already eaten for a while, but he just disappeared. He was gone. And we're just waiting. And he said, asked if we were ready for dessert. I said, well, can we actually get a little more of a couple things? And he said, oh yeah, of course. Well, what do you want? And we said the grilled broccolini, the rolls, and can we get some more chicken? Because what we still have here is cold. And he said, what? And we said, can we get some more chicken because it's what we have left is cold? And he said, okay. And then disappeared and eventually came back with broccolini, rolls, and chicken, which again was just above warm.
Yeah.
And not hot. But I was like, fine, at least it's not cold. And I don't like to waste food, but
right.
It's hard to just sit and eat cold food, you know. So this is when things started to get...
We'll continue. We're already kind of weird at this point. Everything's
This is
cold.
when things got into, is this safe territory?
Yes.
Because I took a chicken leg and cut into it, and I asked Robbie, is this safe to eat? Because it was so red.
Yeah. It was not just pink, it was borderline like on the red side. It did not look, in my eyes, not cooked for poultry, and you cannot undercook poultry.
It's not safe. Just
so
that plain and simple. So I was, of course, nervous and didn't eat it. I didn't eat it. I got a different piece of chicken and cut into it and made sure it was okay. But I'd had dark meat chicken, a chicken leg before I cut into that chicken leg, and it did not look like that.
No, vastly different color.
It looked like it was properly cooked. So eventually the server comes back and he asks, is the chicken okay? because he saw us taking pictures of this weird chicken leg.
Yes.
And we said, uh-huh. And then he ran off and then brought us another plate of chicken.
Which was like 3 times the amount of chicken that he brought the second time.
But like, still wasn't hot.
Yeah.
Again, it still wasn't hot. And I ate a little bit, but I felt bad because we have like bowls and bowls of chicken on our table. And we just wanted like a little bit of hot chicken. Like, that's it. All I wanted was like another warm chicken leg or chicken thigh, and everything just went crazy. So eventually he comes back again, and then you tell him about the weird chicken leg.
Yeah, I just brought up my concerns, didn't really want anything from it, just like, hey, let your chef know, like, it does not look cooked. So he's like, it looks fine to me, and I'll bring it back to the chef and have the chef look at it. Brought it back to the chef, and then
the manager came over to our table,
which he did pass by the table a couple times before, but did not stop at our table. I don't really know why.
Yeah,
he was asking every other table, like, is everything okay? Sometimes
I think since we're a young couple, they don't think about us. If that makes sense, you know. You're gonna check on your grown-up adult people who you think are spending lots of money. But, you know, I digress. Yeah. Anyway, so the manager came back.
Yeah, manager comes back and basically says, the chef says that it's safe and it's fully cooked. It's basically their cooking process, which is something that gives it like a pinkish color. He said it's similar to how it would be colored pink if it were to be smoked. This is oven roasted chicken. Yeah. There should be no pink. There is no smoke happening in the oven.
The main thing for me was that the other chicken legs did not look like that.
Right.
We cut into a chicken leg from each plate that we were brought, and that was the only one. I think it was a little bit bigger than some of the other chicken legs, and maybe that's why it wasn't cooked as thoroughly. I mean, I don't want anybody at Disney to get in trouble. It did not look properly cooked.
Compared to other legs, when you have them side by side, like the same part of the leg, it is drastically different.
It also didn't look like the color of smoked chicken.
No.
It looked...
because it wasn't pink, it was red.
It was red. So, but anyway, we're just like, dude, whatever, okay, like...
At this point, we're just ready to go.
Well, just what can you say when the manager says, well, the chef says it's fine and it's just supposed to look like this, when you saw other chicken for yourself that very much did not look like that. But, so then our server is very, like...
seemed a little embarrassed, kind of just didn't want
he was standoff.
us to be there
he was
anymore.
standoffish at that point, which, like, I get it. If we're a problem couple, then okay, whatever. So then they brought out the dessert, which was a pineapple coconut bread pudding.
Yes.
And again, surprise, it wasn't hot.
The ice cream was cold, which was good. Rather have the ice cream be the correct temperature.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cake itself, or the bread pudding itself, was not hot. The caramel was maybe hot because it was warm.
Again, the consistent thing about this restaurant is everything was just above warm and nothing was hot.
Yeah.
Nothing was hot. And after we went home and we got takeout Thai food and unloaded the car and everything, made multiple trips, and by the time we sat down, I told Robbie that our food that had been hanging out for a bit was still hotter than what we had with everything at Sebastian's Bistro.
Yeah.
It was just this, it was so bizarre. It was so bizarre. The bread pudding was just fine.
Yeah, it similar flavor-wise to Ohana's bread pudding, but Ohana's is way better. Maybe because it's hot, but yeah, I definitely would not go out of my way for Sebastian's.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back.
Even if I were staying at Caribbean Beach, I don't think I'd go back to Sebastian's.
No, we'll hop the Skyliner and just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, straight up, just go somewhere else. If you're on the Skyliner route, you could go over to the boardwalk and go to one of the awesome restaurants over there.
Yeah, or if you want buffet, go to Cape May Cafe.
Right.
Very similar type of food. You get a mix of like kind of Caribbean-esque flavors of the meat. You get seafood over at Cape May Cafe, so...
Because there was the option to add six shrimp for $8.
Yes, it was $8 for 6 shrimp.
Because they said it'll be $3 or 3 pieces for each of you if you want to add that on, and I said I think we'll have enough food.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh yeah, that's true," and we were like, "Okay." So we didn't buy into the upsell.
Right.
But
which, if it was going to be cold, probably glad we did not. So
it was just, I mean, it was the strangest dining experience we've ever had at Disney. And it wasn't just because of the Bizarro chicken leg. It was just like walking in, it feeling like it was tiny, and it just, nothing coming out hot, and just the server disappeared forever, over and over. And there was also a runner who ran out every plate of food. Our server didn't touch the plates, only touched our drinks. So, and with only like 30 tables in there, it was kind of like, where is this guy?
You think you could be more attentive as a server with so few tables. So,
especially at the time when we were sitting and just waiting to order more food, because what we had was cold. But again, super weird. Marked that one off the list and probably won't.
We'll be going back to that one.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I don't know, guys. It was just weird. I wanted to like it. I really wanted to like it.
Because it's a hard reservation to get because it's so small. So that not as many tables that are available. So the reservations for it go quickly. And I thought that meant that, oh, this must be really good then. We've heard so many great things about it. But it was not at all.
Because I really, really wanted to like it. Because the price point and all you can eat on the Skyliner route, you know, like, sounds great, cool. And, yeah. I mean, if you guys want to try it, go for it. But I think we'd tell you to go somewhere else first. If you're a local and want to try it, okay. But if you're someone visiting on your vacation,
don't waste your time and go there.
Yeah,
go somewhere else.
There are just other better places you can go to.
Definitely. But yeah, so that will do it for our lovely weird experience.
Tell us where to eat instead.
Yes.
Tell us where should we go?
Please. So, but yeah. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
See you real soon.